And here we are in nature once again. I saw a turkey earlier, but I don't see it now. It was a different turkey. It was smaller, so I felt safer. Different than video two videos ago, which I don't know if you've seen. Doing another walk and talk. Why not? Well, one reason why not is it's windy. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's a turkey. It's the turkey I saw before. The smaller one. No, it might be a different one, but it's... There it is. There it is. We might be at a standoff. I'm not sure. I'm gonna remember to zoom out this time. Forgot to zoom out when I zoomed in on the bee last video. You got a close-up view of me for a while, which was kind of cool. Kind of different. Maybe sometimes we should try that. Oh my God, it's moving. I'm gonna walk off the path this way. Keep my distance. Yeah, there it is. Hey guy. Looks friendly, looks innocent, but that's how they get you. Okay, we did it. Is there, wait, oh, it's just a bird. Okay. Whew. I mean, turkey's a bird too, but you know what I mean. So it's windy, so I'm worried that it's blowing on the microphone and it's gonna be horrible. I'm not gonna use it. I actually shot a video a couple days ago and I didn't use it because the wind was way too bad. It was like 20 minutes video that me babbling. I said most of the things in yesterday's video, but I had to reject it. The wind was too bad, and it is windy now. It's less windy, but it is windy, and I'm worried. Anyway, I like these walk and talks. I'm doing another one the next day, which is, wow, the frequency. Thinking about originality, because, you know, I always think about originality when I'm in the phase of making lots of things. Look at all those geese. My God. Look at all those geese. The geese. And I think thinking about originality is a trap. Oh, they're flying. Sorry. Keep getting distracted by wildlife. I think I want to be a nature photographer or a nature videographer. You know, this is some of the most fun things about production of what I do is this. Coming up with good camera angles of stuff, not people, not me anyway, not shooting video of myself, but finding good shots in general is one of the most fun things. And when I'm editing, the music montages, finding a good song and then just taking all the shots I got, putting them to music, that's the most fun. That's the most fun part of my job. Those two things, shooting it and editing that stuff. But I feel like that stuff matters the least. It matters less for what I do. Like I said before, it's about the authenticity. It's about the purpose of what I'm doing, conveying the ideas. And sometimes the montages and the good shots help. They augment the ideas, but often they're just silly distractions, and you can overdo it. And there's a person walking this way, so I'm going to turn around. Anyway, sometimes you can, those montages are helpful because they add to the pace, they divide up, because sometimes you need a breather when you're talking about things, or if you're changing subjects, like, now we're going to do this, or they set up where you're going, or they just add to the story you're trying to tell somehow. But often, it's very easy when I'm editing to overdo it, to go in, and because it's so fun to do. and to think that what I'm doing has more importance than it does. Oh, this looks awesome. Oh, this feels awesome. But really, it's too much. It gets boring. It'll confuse. It'll be like, why are they doing this? So when I often will edit the thing, and then I'll go in and watch it back and cut a lot of stuff, because like, oh, this feels far too long. I always have to remind myself, what's the purpose of this thing? Do that. With these videos, it's great because the purpose is really just a hangout, a walk and talk, a soothing, calming walk and talk. Doesn't even necessarily matter what I'm talking about. It's in my mind, that's what this is, anyways. And just expressing my ideas. It's kind of like therapy for me, actually, which is pretty nice. So back to originality. I think it's a trap to worry so much about being original. And I think it's more common knowledge now than it used to be, because more and more people are making content, and there's so much more content out there, and it's more apparent how impossible it is to do something that hasn't already been done. But I made a couple videos. Fun. Isn't that ironic, don't you think? 2 videos about originality. First one a long time ago, I think I said nothing is original, or it's called, it's the most original video on YouTube. And then I did the most original video on YouTube remake. I think I just remade it shot for shot years later. But basically saying nothing's original. And it's not entirely true. There are original things. You can do things that no one has done before. But if you get in the trap of thinking that that's the goal, like I have to worry about, oh, this has been done, I shouldn't do this because this has been done, that should never stop you, because it's always going to be the case that you're always going to feel that way. That's always an easy excuse to not do something. You can always say that. I can't think of a time where that doesn't make sense. Well, unless you're doing something completely outlandish. But if you're doing something completely outlandish, chances are it has little purpose other than the fact that it hasn't been done before, and it might fall flat. People might not care because it's so out there, which is fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but the point is you shouldn't worry about things being original or not. Like, I've gearing up to do this video. I'm like, well, do I need to do another walk and talk? I've already done a few. I just did one yesterday. But I can think that way all the time whenever I come up with a new project. And that masks the purpose of this type of thing, which is casual, fun, calming walk through nature or wherever I'm walking, or if I'm just sitting, just a hangout with a person. A hangout with a person is, okay, there's a person coming here and I just can't keep talking. I'm gonna put you down and act like I'm done talking now. I'm gonna act like you're my mom when I'm talking to Mom. Bye, Mom. Hi. Oh, hi, Mom. Sorry, bad connection. Anyway, I don't know that sold it. Had to make sure it's still recording and it's still zoomed out. The idea of, what was I talking about? Originality. So, of course this isn't original. This is just me walking and talking every day. But that's the point. The point is you want a familiar face, a familiar feeling, a nice, calming, relaxing walk for some of you. I mean, it's obviously not, this isn't going to be for everybody. But, when you fall in the trap, especially when you're younger and you're just starting out, you want to make a name for yourself. You want to have a fresh voice. And I guess that's a good way to put you on the map. But in reality, you're going to find, if that's your main goal is originality, do something no one's done before. Eventually, if you succeed and you become the person who does that new thing, you're going to realize that life goes on for a while. it's actually pretty long. And if you're constantly worrying about originality, you're going to hit a wall, and you're going to be like, oh, I can't do anything new. I can't top this thing again. And then it's about the long term. It's about the repeatability of what you can do. Although I also have issues with just constantly trying to find a formula and rehashing over and over again. I'm always changing it up. But when I'm changing it up, I'm not like, what's the next new thing I can do? The thing I have that hasn't been done. I do try to do things that I haven't done before, but I don't think about things that haven't been done before. Like when I'm sitting down to think about what to do next these days. I think when I was younger, maybe I was trying to think about originality a little more. But then I put the kibosh or kibosh on that. China says kibosh. I've always said kibosh, but I don't know how you say it. Put the kibosh on that. When I made the originality video, maybe I saw myself worrying too much about being original, so I made that video. But when I was younger, I'd think more about what I can do that's new. Now, it's all about what can I do that's useful? What can I do that has a purpose? And what is that purpose? I say this over and over. I'm obviously not a very original. I keep talking about this. But I have to remind myself of this. I'm always thinking about what am I making? Why am I making it? To keep myself motivated. And these videos, I think, are partially just me working it out in my head with you. But I don't think about, oh, this has been done before. I don't think, oh, they did this. Why do that? Or I do. That thought does occur to me sometimes, and then I'm like, nope, don't worry about that. Shut that down, because I don't really know when I sit down to do a project. I don't really know how it's going to turn out. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, and new things could happen, or interesting things, regardless of how new they are, could happen while I do the video, my own way. I mean, you should avoid completely copying something. That's a problem. Plagiarism, or just looking at what someone else did and being like, okay, I'm going to do exactly that. I mean, I don't do things that way either. I try to make everything come about organically. Like these videos was the most organic thing possible. There's even lots of organisms in these videos. Turkeys, birds. Okay, turkeys and birds. Oh, bunnies yesterday too. And my dog, Bunny. So, point being, I don't worry about originality. I worry about what I'm gonna care about. What doing like in the main channel videos, doing an experiment that's something that I will care enough about to try and learn, and generally things that I think will improve my life. I try to find those things for the main channel. And then some videos are like more instructional, like analyzation of things, like list videos that I do sometimes. But it's all much more inner motivated. It's much more, this is what I think will help me in my life. I mean, and then I also weigh the possibility of it being an interesting video or not. Like sometimes I'll come up with an idea that I think is good, but then I'll be like, well, I can't think of a way to make that an interesting video or a helpful video for others, so I don't do it. But generally, it's an internal thing, and I don't really plot out I don't think so tightly about the structure of it until after I shoot it, or after I have the experience. And that way, I think that process helps me. It makes the video end up being pretty good because it's authentic, because it came about organically. So it's always going to feel a little new, a little fresh, or just a little more engaging because it's not so planned, you know? And I think about this whole AI revolution we're having, people being worried about AI taking over the creative roles. AI is it's gonna transform a lot and probably cause jobs to become drastically changed or irrelevant. That's probably gonna happen. But I'm not too worried about as far as content made by humans, like this, like videos like this. AI can't replicate this, and maybe someday, maybe in a long time. And I know some people love to say, well, it's going to happen faster than you think, but you can say that. You don't know that. But I do think it would be hard for an AI to replicate this, because and even if it could, I just don't think it. I think my job security is pretty safe. I think a lot of what does well is true. It feels true. The person doing it is authentic. They're trying something. Like a lot of the entertainment value of, say, Mr. Beast, for instance, the most successful YouTuber ever. He comes up with a wild, outlandish idea and then tries to do it. Part of the intrigue of that is that you're watching a human being accomplish something big or something really risky. And that risk and that the intrigue of seeing what it would be like for a human being to do that, that's part of the entertainment. I think that's the largest part of that entertainment. And if it's AI, I guess if they can trick you into thinking it's a real person, that's one thing, but I don't think they could. You can't replicate all of that feeling of, oh my God, that's risky. How is he going to do that? Or the actual experience, watching someone experience something, like a lot of my videos, watching a human experience that. AI can't do that. All it can do is copy, and at least right now, all it seems to be able to do is create an average of everything that's out there. And an average of everything that's out there is not really going to be very successful. It can help you. It can augment what you do. It can help you write things. It could help you on a base level, I suppose. It could help you research. It could help with various aspects of what you do. But I really doubt, right now anyway, the way it is now, and I think it'll be a long time before maybe what I say is wrong, but I really doubt it would disrupt at least YouTube creation too much. And various creative, every picture I see that people post, like from Mid-Journey or whatever, AI created images or video, it has a specific feel to it. And if they could somehow, and maybe they can someday, it can get good enough to actually have more than that specific feel. And even then, I don't know, like, knowing, I think maybe there'll come a day where people will have to do things to prove that they're not AI. But knowing that it's AI or partially AI really sucks the life out of it. I mean, literally, but also, like the Mona Lisa, for instance. Pretty darn good painting, but part of that is it's about the person who made it. Art rarely, or does it ever, stand alone. It's often about the creation of it and the person behind it, the people behind it. So that's my thoughts on that right now. Feel free to argue about that. And now I'm gonna go. I had more to say, but you never know what's gonna happen when I turn this camera on and walk. I gotta get back home. All right. Hello, person driving. Hello, other person waiting for me to walk. Okay, I'm gonna go. And maybe I'll do this tomorrow. I don't know. Tomorrow I got to go interview a Green Bay Packer historian for the documentary I'm doing. He's a expert in all Green Bay Packer history. I'm going to Green Bay tomorrow. That's about it. Check out the previous. I just put up a video yesterday. You might have missed it because I'm putting up videos every freaking hour apparently. And I have a Patreon, and two guys talking about lettuce. I put up another short today from our podcast. Pretty funny stuff. Just trying to be more productive right now for some reason. Okay, probably because I took 4 months off. See ya.